Oh shit, my pen just fell. It's in this. Not even a pen, it's a pencil. Uh, Alright. So, how we gonna talk about red flags today? Red flags. When you get a red flag, like what is it that you do when you get a red flag, right? And why do you get red flags? Red flags are usually warnings. The warning to proceed cautiously. First red flag. Something is wrong. Proceed cautiously. It's not a sign. It's a sign, but not a literal sign. It's either something that somebody said to you, did, behavior-wise, whatever. Whether it's physical, mental, emotional, whatever. It's a red flag. It's a warning. Proceed cautiously. What do you do when you get a red flag? What is it that you do? Do you take the red flag? Or do you assume that you can solve the problem? You know the problem. You already know everything. And you keep running straight head first into a situation that you don't know anything about. Now, when you get red flags in life, it's usually a warning, right? A warning to proceed cautiously. The first red flag is, hey, something isn't right here. I'm writing that down. Something isn't right here, right? So if something is not right, and you get a red flag, because everyone likes to talk about how God this and God that, and they want to blame God for everything in their life. But where's your responsibility in the fact that signs and synchronicities happen daily? They happen daily. Sometimes people feel like they have all the answers and they know everything, so they ignore the red flags. So you get a red flag, you're going in a relationship with someone. Your first red flag comes when the person say, hey, my previous relationship, my girlfriend wasn't shit. Or my boyfriend wasn't shit. That is a red flag. Right? The way I like to use the analogy red flag is thinking of how is it that you get these signs, these synchronicities, these things that are warning you that something is not right, but you ignore them and continue to proceed forward, right? So you get one red flag, you still proceed forward. You get two red flags, you still proceed forward. You get three red flags, you still proceed forward. What is it in your brain that did not click that, well, maybe this is not the situation for me, right? Because it's not clicking. That's why you're still proceeding, or it's either you like danger, you like to play, and you like when things are just upside down, array, and total mess, right? Because some people thrive in chaos and others thrive in a peaceful environment. So if you go in somebody's life and everything is upside down, they're having all these problems and they're having all these issues and everything is everybody else's fault but their own, sometimes that may be the case. Not all the time, it's very rare. But all these people give you red flags and you still proceed in the situation, and at no point did you take responsibility for yourself to say, hey, you know what? This person did something that I didn't like. Let me address the situation and see what they say, what they do, and how they behave after I address the situation. Most people do not address the situation. What they do is proceed anyway with the red flag, right? Because in their minds, what they believe is that they can change this person, they can change the situation, and they can make the situation into something that they want it to be, right? So if you're a person that's in a situation and you keep getting these red flags, boop, red flag, boop, red flag, boop, red flag, boop, red flag, something is wrong here. and you still proceed past these red flags and you try to create these bonds, which are trauma bonds, with people that are telling you that, hey, I'm a fucked up person, or I'm not the best person, or going down this road may not be what you want to do, and you proceed anyway. Who is it to blame at any point for the situation or the scenario or whatever it is that's taking place? No one likes to take responsibility or accountability for the fact that they played a part in this role of their life where, hey, shit is fucked up because I chose to ignore certain signs and signals and indication that someone gave me, that they were mentally unstable, that they thrive in chaos, that they did not want peace in their life. Hence the reason why it's so much drama within people's lives. If things are going good and you want to change what's good and peaceful for something that's chaotic, it's a red flag. If you have a spouse and you and this person cannot have a conversation or come to a commonality of anything, that is a problem. If everything is a fight, a strife, a struggle, you are going against the grain of what should be peace in your life. So I'm telling you, I want peace. I want a comfortable life, whatever comfortable is for you. I want a happy life. I want these things, but I'm going outside of that for everything else. I'm having conflicting thoughts because do I really want peace? Do I really want these things that I say I want? Or do I want the chaos? Do I want the drama? Do I want the strife? Do I want the struggle? Because my environment that I'm sitting in is reflecting that, and I continue to sit in this environment, dwell in this environment, thrive in this environment, and tell myself that, yeah, I want peace. I'm a peaceful person. No, I'm not. It's an internal battle within you. That's why I tell people, when it's me versus me, that's an internal battle. I met a young man 2020 during the pandemic where COVID-19 started, right? It's COVID-19. He had a brand, and we were discussing collaborations between our brand. My brand is everydaysjourney. His brand is me versus me. And I thought it was interesting that his brand was me versus me. And I asked him, I was like, why is it you versus you? Because he's like, I'm not fighting everybody outside. I'm fighting myself. It's me versus me. Right? We never really had another conversation outside of that, but we exchanged numbers and we were going to do a collaboration to work together because he thought it would be a great idea to work together. I'm open to collaborate with people and work with people. But when you create internal battles, me versus me, I am fighting myself. That's not peace. It cannot be peace because it's an internal battle. Right? So as within, so without. So if I'm fighting inside myself, of course I'm going to be fighting outside of myself. So my environment is chaotic. I'm chaotic because there's no peace within me. So it's going to be a constant fight, a constant struggle because I am going against the grain of what should be a natural flow. What should be a natural flow? Nobody is perfect. But when you create internal battles with yourself, you're fighting with yourself. So you're going to be fighting with those outside of you as well, because you cannot find peace within yourself. If it's a battle within you, you're going to struggle in that battle to find that peace within yourself. Then you're going to struggle in the outside world to find that same peace in your outside world. You have to get out of the mindset that it's aversive. Life is a journey. Every day you go on this journey. every day. You wake up in the morning, you're on a journey. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what you're doing. You are on a journey. Right? Because a lot of people don't even know what they want to do in life. They don't know their purpose in life. And everyone has a purpose, right? That's why you're here on this planet in this time frame. These animals are here. These people are here. Everything is here because it has a purpose. You're balanced. You need balance. It's a purpose, right? That's why you have the night and you have the day. You have time to work. You have time to rest. You choose which time works for you, whether you want to work in the day, you want to work in the night, you want to rest in the day, you want to rest in the night. It's your choice. But it's a balance. In order to reach a level of harmony, you have to create a balance. So if you're not balanced within yourself, right, your internal self, how could you be balanced in the external? You're going to constantly have these battles and these struggles and these fights in trying to figure out, why am I this? Why am I that? If it's always a comparison between yourself and everything that's taking place around you, you do not have peace. You don't. If you're constantly worrying about what everybody else around you is doing, you do not have peace. If your focus is on everyone but yourself, you do not have peace. If everything everyone tells you on the outside disrupts you on the inside, you do not have peace. You're going to have things that trigger you because you have traumas and wounds based on the people that you have let into your life, have let into your energy, have let into your circle. People that you allow to be around you. If you realize the energy that they bring to your life and how it affects your life, you will stop letting certain people come into your life and dictate where your life goes. Because everyone has advice for you. Everybody's going to tell you things, but it doesn't mean that it's always in your best interest. Sometimes people will tell you things so that you can doubt yourself, so that you can create this rift within you. So now it's you versus you. It's you versus everybody else. Because that's how the battle starts, right? That's how I always talk about alignment, chakras, balance. Because it matters. It matters so much in creating who you are. If you're not working through your traumas, you're not working through your fears, you're not working through the problems that you're having in life, you are creating more trauma, more problems, more drama, more insecurities, more issues, more of everything. If the people you have in your life is not reflecting a peaceful life, they are a part of the fucking problem. But the thing is that people create these connections and these bonds, and then all of a sudden that's my friend, that's my homie. They would never, I would ride for them. Would they do the same for you? Y'all will die for them. Will they do the same for you? Because honestly, I'm not dying for anybody. I keep telling people I don't even want to go to jail for anybody. Right? I'm not risking my freedom and my fucking peace for anybody but my goddamn self. Everybody keeps talking about love this and love that and they've been in love. No, you have never been in love. And I could tell you you've never been in love. Because when you love something, you don't want to kill it. You want to protect it. You want it to grow. You want it to flourish. You want to see the best in whatever the fuck it is that you love because you love this shit. If I love something, why do I want to damage it, break it? Men love their cars. How do they treat that? With the utmost motherfucking respect. That motherfucker washed the shit. It's getting clean. It's getting cared for. It's getting all the touch up that it needs. It is running and purring like a bitch. Right? These women get their shoes and bags. They take care of them. Because they love that shit. So they fucking take care of the shit. But then y'all want to tell me y'all know what love is. And no, y'all don't, because y'all don't love people. Y'all love things. Right? Y'all love things. You love the idea of things and having things and the ideation of control, when the ideation of control is an illusion. Because the only thing you have real control over is your reaction to things, your behavior, your thoughts, and how you see things. Anything in this outside world, you have no real control over. Because the ideation of control is an illusion. And if you know that the ideation of control is an illusion, why do you believe that you still have control? You can control things. You cannot. You can project your thoughts onto people and they will pick it up, because energy is transferent. Right? So I'm transferring this energy to you, and you pick it up. It's up to you to decide, what are you going to do with this energy? Life does not get easier for anyone. You just get better at understanding things. And everybody has this understanding and overstanding when they never understood to begin with. That's how you tell people, I don't have friends. And people will take it personal. If you take it personal, then you're proving my point. Because I don't have friends. If someone comes into your life and they do not have your best interests at heart, that's not your friend. That's not your family. And that's not someone that you want to keep around. But everybody will tell you they have friends. There's people out here that's trying to tear you down on a daily basis. And they will look in your face and tell you they fucking love you. How could you love me and want to destroy me? How? How is it I'm telling you I love you? I don't want to see you flourish. I don't want to see you grow. I want to destroy you. I don't love you. I love the thought of you. I love what you bring. I love what you stand for. I love what you present. But I don't love you. I love what you do for me. I love how you make me feel. I love what you stand for. But I don't love you. As I tell people, jealousy is a disease. Envy is a disease. Hate is a disease. And I pray that you people get well soon. In order to understand and identify the things that are within the compounds of your mind, your life, the structure of your life, the people within your life, you have to understand that you have to go down that road of doing the work and creating the person that you want to become. I can sit here and say, oh, I'm this person, I'm that person, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. I can say whatever I want to say. But if I'm not showing and proving on a daily basis, showing up for myself in these ways and doing the things that matters the most of my becoming, then I am not this person. Words will be words, but without action, it does not come to fruition. That's why all these people are talking about manifesting and default manifestation and, oh, manifestation isn't real and, whatever you think about you manifest. Yes. Yes. You do. Whether it's in thought of fear when you're manifesting it or in thought of happiness when you're manifesting it, your actions bring whatever it is to fruition. So it requires you doing something in order for it to provide something. The sun comes out every day and it does its job. The moon comes out every night, whether we see it on our side or not, and it does its job. The trees are there every day and they do their job. The food you eat does its job. So why is it that the lazy ass human beings that y'all are can't do y'all job? It's a blame game for everything. There's no responsibility for anybody's behavior. Well, this person did this, so I did that. Did you hear yourself? They did this, so you did that. So who is responsible for you doing that? Well, they're responsible for, because they made me do it. They didn't make you do anything. Your reaction and your ego made you do it because you didn't have the self-control, the emotional control, and the discernment to understand that, well, just because you're projecting your feelings and your thoughts on me doesn't mean I have to react to you in the way that you're expecting me to react to you. Just because you feel a certain way about me doesn't make it accurate. It makes it accurate when I act in that manner. As I tell people all the time, people want to tell me, oh, you know what I thought about you when I first met you. Honestly, I don't give a flying fuck what you thought about me. I'm going to tell you that any day, any fucking day, any fucking day. Keep that shit to your goddamn self. I don't give zero fucks or shits about how the fuck you feel when you first met me or what you thought when you first met me. That is a reflection based on you, your thought process, your perspective, and where you are in your life. Why should I take on this energy as mine when it's your energy? Why should I receive this energy you're giving me and take it on as if it's my feelings, my thoughts, and my perspective when it's not? You're giving me work that I don't want to do. You're giving me energy that I don't want to be in. I don't want to keep. I don't want to deal with. And people will tell you about transmuting energy and they don't know shit about it. They don't know. Because most of them are stuck in the energy of fear. And they're mad at you because you may have the balls, the strength to do what they're unable to do. Because they are paralyzed within that compound of the fear that they keep in their mind, their heart, and their body. So now it's how dare you? How dare you think you're better than me? How dare you feel like you're on a higher level than me? How dare your perspective be different from mine? But we're not the same. So how dare I not? Your thought process is a reflection of your life. My thought process is a reflection of my life. I'm responsible for me. You're responsible for you. No one else can be responsible for you but you. If you decide to step out of your power and give somebody else that responsibility, that is your problem. That is your problem. And that's why a lot of people lose, right? That's why a lot of people lose. They step outside of who they are for someone else to become something for someone else without even giving a thought to who they are or who they want to be or who they're becoming. Everyone is different. Everyone is here for a different purpose. Everyone is here for different reasons. When you go to a job, your job description is given to you. What they're expecting from you within this job is given to you. And your salary of what you're going to get paid during that time that you're at this job is given to you. There's no complaint there, right? Because You're paying your light bill, you're paying your rent, you're paying your car note, you're paying whatever you have to pay. You're paying the mortgage, you're paying the property tax, you're paying your employees. It doesn't matter. You're paying whatever you have to pay, right? So you're going to show up at this job. You're going to do this thing because you need to do it to survive. So why is it that when it comes to you, you don't show up for yourself in the same manner? You let everybody else dictate what you should do with your life, right? It starts with your parents. You're going to college because they're paying for your college tuition. You have to study what they're telling you to study. Because they're paying for certain things in your life, you have to behave a certain way. Because you care so much about what people think about you, you act within a certain manner. Well, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. Does that bother you? I know it does. I know it does. I tell people this, if it was up to my mom, I would have been a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to get up every day and be in scrubs and in the hospital looking at dying people. And no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So you have to make the conscious decision for your life, else everybody else is going to direct your life. They're going to direct your show, your movie, and while you're just going to sit there and be a bystander. The system directs you. Because when you go to your job, they're telling you, well, hey, you're showing up for this job. We expect 100% performance from you. If you don't get 100% performance, it reflects that in your performance evaluation. That means you are not hitting the mark of what you need to hit. So if you go to a job every day, and I get up and go to a job every day, and they can do these evaluations on me, tell me what to fix, tell me what to do. Why can't I do the same with myself? To get myself to where I need to go. Because I don't think for myself. I let everybody else think for me. It's like having friends and they're telling you, well, I don't think you should talk to this person. I don't think you should this. Well, what do you want to do? Because I'm not going to tell you don't do it, because you're going to do what you want to do regardless. And that is the thing about life. People will tell you what you should and should not do, and they're going to do what they want to do regardless. But you're going to follow their rules, laws, and regulations that they're placing on you for your life, but you're not going to have no rules, laws, and regulations for your life. And it's your life. And you're the only person that has to live that life. You're the only person that has to walk in those shoes. You are the only person who is going to be you in this motherfucking life. And you mean to tell me at no point it's like, what do I want? I'm living my life for everybody else and I can't live it for myself. I need to go get something. Man, listen. You only get one shot at this life and this body that you're in this time frame that you're in. What are you doing with it? What is it that you want to do with it? Where do you want it to go? And how do you want it to look? What are you struggling with that you cannot get over? What are you dealing with that's keeping you paralyzed? What are you afraid of? I've been finding my fears for years and facing them. Facing them head on. Every battle is not meant for you to fight, because people will bring unnecessary battles to you. But when the war comes to fight for you and who you are you ready to fight that war to win? Because a lot of people seem not to know who they are. They're defined by their jobs, their ethnicity, what they can bring to people, their value that somebody may see in you. Oh, well, this is the value I see in you, so this is what I think you're worth. No. 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 When you let people dictate your life, right? When you let situations and circumstances dictate your life, you will miss the red flags. You will miss the red flags. You will. And the red flags are there for warning. Yes, the green flags are great. Yes. When you get the green flags, go. Right? Stop at the red light when it's red. Some people run the red light. Drive at the green light when it's green to go. Right? It's funny how life mimics these things. But we just talk about it. We're not really about it. Because if I'm in a dead-end situation, relationship, friendship, family ship, I don't give a fuck what kind of ship it is. I'm getting the fuck out. If the ship is sinking, I got a lifeboat, bitch. I will pull up on an island and build a motherfucking yacht. I will pull up on an island and build a yacht. When the storm comes, the storm is never forever. It's temporary. Everything here is temporary. No one makes it out alive. So why can't you weather the storm? So that you can make it out alive. Out of the storm. So that you can gain some knowledge. So that you can learn some shit. So that you can understand better what is taking place and why it's taking place. Be audacious in becoming. Be audacious in overcoming. Be audacious in who you are. You have to be. No one is going to do it for you. So when you see these red flags and these warnings, don't ignore them. Whether it's a family member, a friend, a lover, a husband, a wife, don't ignore them. Communicate the issue with these people. And if they're not understanding / comprehending, ask questions. What is it that you do not understand? What part do you need me to explain? Where do you need me to reinstate what I said to help you better? Because communication requires follow-up, right? Yeah, I can communicate, but if you don't care and you're not receptive to the information that I'm giving you, you're not going to take it in. If you're fighting the information that's being given, then you're not learning anything. You're not comprehending anything. But if I never communicated, you don't have anything to understand or comprehend. So if you're in a situation and someone is not communicating, make it your business to communicate so things can be clear if at any time you feel like you do not understand. Don't think you understand or overstand. No. Tell them, well, I don't understand. And it's okay not to understand. Help me to understand. But you have to be receptive to the information that's being given, because if you're not receptive to the information that's being given, then you are not going to take anything in. You will always miss the point of why things are being said, why it's happening, where it's going, and what it is doing for you. Right? In every trial and tribulation, there are lessons to be learned. You're going through that trial and tribulation to learn a lesson. And a lot of people repeat cycles because they are not learning these lessons. That's why you see the same people over and over and over and over, right? You see the same behaviors over and over and over and over in certain people because you didn't learn your lesson. You didn't gain the knowledge from the situation. You didn't acquire the information you need to move you forward or to propel you in the direction you need to go. We're all here to learn. The entire human being experience is about feeling, right? You feel it, you understand what you're feeling, and you learn from what you're feeling. Why am I feeling this way? Why does this make me feel this way? Why does this affect me in this way? And this is how you understand things. Sometimes people cannot answer these questions, and it's not anything personal against you because they've never stopped to ask themselves certain questions. They don't even like to feel because being numb is better than feeling because it hurts so much to feel. It takes strength to feel. It's so easy to cut yourself off from society and everything around you, but it takes strength to feel. Feel your emotions, feel your pain, feel whatever it is you need to feel and get over it. That's how you heal. Through feeling. It's like giving birth. And they give you epidural. When they give you the epidural suppresses the pain you're feeling. So when you feel the cramps or the pain and the pressure, you're supposed to push. But if you're not feeling this pain, how can you know when to push? Right? You don't? That's why a lot of women in society today end up with cesarean. It's either, okay, I'm going to get a cesarean, or they go to the hospital, they give them the epidural, and the epidural totally kill the pain. So you don't know when you're at the point of doing what you're supposed to do because you can't feel what you need to feel so that you can push this being out of you. I gotta go get something to eat. I'll be back.